They're back. UFOs are again being spotted throughout Israel, and as we reported on an earlier edition of Sightings, there are those who see these saucers over the Holy Land as an omen of biblical proportions. It started in 1987, when auto mechanic Amy Arai spotted a fiery UFO over Shikmona Beach near Tel Aviv. His encounter and the debris left behind are as famous in Israel as Roswell is in the U.S. For the next 6 years, reports of UFO sightings, crop circles, and livestock mutilations poured in from all over Israel. But then in 1993, the sightings suddenly stopped, until now.
In February of this year, 1996, the UFOs returned dramatically.
Barry Shamish is an Israeli journalist and UFO investigator who is researching the return of bizarre craft over the Holy Land.
There's no conspiracy, there's no plan, there's no plot. For some reason or another, there are craft over the skies of Israel.
Not everyone has accepted as fact the presence of unidentified craft over Israel. Photojournalist Yossi Alani was skeptical, even cynical, until he snapped this UFO hovering over the Tel Aviv skyline.
I don't believe in UFOs, absolutely. But I have to tell you that I know what the picture is. It was absolutely unusual object on this bloody on the sky. Absolutely.
As of this report, sightings over Israel are occurring almost nightly. This is home video taken by members of a Tel Aviv family who claim to have seen this same UFO 3 times.
I woke up in the middle of the night. A very strong light was shining on me. It was so bright, it woke me up. It was a big light in the middle of the sky.
My son came to our room and woke us up. He said, "Dad, ma'am, wake up and don't panic. There is a UFO outside in the sky." And we saw a very, very strong light, shiny light in the sky. At that moment, my wife said, let's shoot picture with our video.
By the time of the 3rd sighting, more than 100 people were gathered outside the Shua's apartment building with their own cameras to videotape what has become known as the balcony craft.
The shape of this orange balcony, for lack of a better word, is something like a skull. And there is a line in the middle dividing these 2 levels of what I think are vents. Now, the size of it I can only estimate, but you have a Zoom 200 capturing 2 rows, perhaps 2 dozen windows. I didn't count them. One could only guess that this was a very, very large ship to be captured with that camera.
In tense political times, the UFOs over Israel are particularly unsettling, and some biblical scholars are fueling the sinister nature of recent sightings.
You've got 2 schools of thought here. School of thought number 1 assumes that the angels of the Old Testament are returning. And this bodes very well for Israel. Thought number 2, it's not the angels returning, it's the giants, the Anakim of the ancient scriptures returning. These were the enemies of God that he ordered Joshua, David to destroy. And that bodes very badly for Israel.
Searching the Old Testament for answers to the UFO question has been extremely controversial. But so far, academic researchers have offered little or no explanation for the Holy Land's newest UFO flap. Barry Shamish believes that the flap over Israel is far from at its peak. He's anticipating that there will be many more encounters, including more reports of contact. And sightings will continue to update you on this developing story.